Hi and welcome to my new YouTube channel. My name is Ashley and I am proud to say I have epidermolysis bullosus. It has its ups, it has its downs, but it is who I am. And I love who I am. I'm still beautiful. I just have different skin than normal people. And there's others out there with the condition that I have. It's just so rare. Like, other than my mom, my brother, and my sister and me, I have yet to meet someone else on this earth in my 24 years with my condition. Now, I have seen YouTube videos of people, like documentaries, of people who have what I have, and it's pretty severe. And I have seen Google images and I have done my research because I have this, so I thought that I needed to do as much research as possible so I can be understanding about my condition and understanding about like how severe it can be. I also want other people without this condition to be able to meet someone with this condition and know how to approach them properly and not make them feel like they're less than, or they're hideous, or they're ew, or disgusting, because it is what it is. That's how they were born. They can't help it. And the daily pain, the daily physical pain they go through every day is so intense that it's just imagine feeling like someone's burning your skin. And when I say burn, I mean 2nd degree, big blister, bubble looking burns every day from simple things like walking in shoes can cause a 2nd degree burn. Riding a bicycle can cause 2nd degree burns. The shoes part causes it on the feet, and the riding the bike causes it on the hands. Literally any simple thing that normally wouldn't affect someone without this condition affects people with this condition. We're called butterfly children, and there's a reason for that, because if you pick up a butterfly by its wings, it shreds. The same concept with this condition, and that's why we are nicknamed butterfly children. Basically, it's a genetic mutation, a rare genetic mutation that I got from my mom's side, where you lack the protein in between your epi and your derma, which is the names of your layers of skin. And without the epi and the derma, you get your skin's basically not together. It's not tough. So any scratch, any bump, any rub, anything with friction causes the two layers to rub together, the epi and derma rub together, and cause 2nd degree burns. And if you hit the 2nd degree burn, if it does not bust, it will turn into a blood blister. And it's not that they just get blood blisters, it's that they accidentally hit it on something, which does happen, and it turns into a blood blister. And I have stories I can tell you about, like, one day I had a 2nd degree burn on my forearm, and I was working at Burger King, and I had hit it on something like prior, because I did drive-through, and in a drive-through you do dishes, you take orders, you take money, so it's a lot. And I had hit it on something, and it caused it to become a blood blister. And I had a Lexington police officer come through my drive-through. He was off duty. I live in another town close by, and he went to the health department and told them that he was fearful that I had hepatitis and that I had something like that was contagious because there was blood on my forearm, and that he had came back a week later and the same blood, which I take a shower every night, so impossible, right? But the same blood was in the same area on my forearm. So the health department comes in, they don't look at me, they don't talk to me, They don't even treat me like I'm a person. They go straight to the manager. I'm just going to use a fake name. We'll say Sarah. And they tell Sarah that I have to leave. I'm suspended immediately, like now. And I cannot return until I have proof that I am not a contagious disease monster. And they leave. Next thing I know, Sarah is saying, hey, Ashley, can you come into the office? I need to talk to you. We go into the office, and she looks at me, and she says, Sarah's such a sweetheart. That's not her real name, but Sarah is such a sweetheart, because she looks at me and she says, I know you can't help this. And I know it's not your fault, but they're giving me no choice. You have to go home until you can prove that you have epidermolysis bullosa because someone complained on you. And I was allowed to read the report. Actually, I still have a copy of the report from the police officer stating that I have some contagious disease at my house. I was allowed to read it, and then I had to leave. And of course, I was crying. I walked out of the office in tears. I was so embarrassed and humiliated, and I felt so mistreated, and like it wasn't fair, that I couldn't work because of my disability. So I go home and I get my disability papers that I had filed for in West Virginia because I moved to Kentucky, and I brought them in, and the very next day I came back to work. Thank God. But that's not the point. The point is that should have never happened. It should have never happened. I wish the best for that officer, but this is why I'm making these videos. I don't want anyone else with this condition or any condition to go through that humiliation, to feel like they're a monster and they're a problem to normal people. I'm just as normal as anyone else. Just as normal. I'm weird. I'm unique. I mean, I have my ups and downs. I'm positive. I make the room glow, and I can make the room dark. It just depends on the day, but I did not deserve that. Every customer, I had a smile on my face, and every customer I treated very well and very kindly. And in return, I have to go home and leave Burger King in tears. I no longer work there. I didn't want to sue Burger King. I wanted to sue the health department because it wasn't Burger King's choice. It wasn't their fault. They were not given a choice. The health department told my manager that if she did not make me go home, then she would not only lose her job, but she could also get a fine and go to jail. So it's not Burger King's fault. So this isn't to hurt the company at all. I loved working there. I love the people I worked with. I love the manager who came to me about it. She was very nice and very respectful when she came to me about it, and very apologetic even though it wasn't her fault. So I didn't want to sue them. I wanted to sue the health department for discrimination of my disability, and guess what? Nope. No. Not allowed. You can't sue the health department for discrimination of your disability because a customer complained, and customers are always right, even when they're wrong. So that's just a little bit into my intro of this new channel. We're gonna dive deeper, like into my childhood, growing up with it. What was it like for me swimming, taking a bath? How bad was it when I was a child, and did it get better when I got older? And those questions are very good ones. If you have any questions that you would like to know about my disability or about me, just comment down below, let me know. I am open to any questions. I am excited and very nervous. I am my biggest critic, and that's because I'm a Capricorn, so I take pride in what I do, and I want the best for my channel, and I want the best for my viewers, and I want the best for me. And right now